Hi everyone, my name's Jo Mitchell. I'm Assistant Director for Customer Experience and Support here at Wigan Council. I'd like to welcome you back this evening to our cost of living conversation, which focuses on the issues many of us are coming up against with the rising cost of living. This session is being held as part of our Here For You campaign, in which we're reminding residents of the importance of asking for help. Just a quick reminder, as always, that I'm not here in a position to talk about political issues, but I'm happy to answer any questions you might have on issues like access to food, money management, financial resilience, savings, and any loans, which leads me on nicely to introduce you to our guest this evening. Tonight, we're celebrating the wonderful response we've seen from many of our community groups, and I'm pleased to welcome Victoria from Atherton-based redistribution Use Ya Loaf, and Dave Rainford from Higher Folds Community Centre. Victoria, can you tell us a bit more about Use Ya Loaf?
Well, Use Ya Loaf has been going since 2020. We sell a little bit of everything. Day-to-day essentials, fresh fruit, vegetables, dairy products. We have our freezers full, eggs, variety of meals, cereals, a little bit of everything that you could possibly want. And then we make our own ready meals on site too, just to give you that extra bit of help. Some of our stock is branded from our big names, and some is just unlabeled bulk manufacturers. But then we relabel, we redistribute to you guys at a fraction of the cost.
Fantastic. Sounds like a brilliant resource for the community. So how do you source your food, and where does your food come from, and how do you get it at such cost?
So it's a little bit different for us because we deal in surplus food. So the main aim for us is to make sure that food does not hit landfill. Whilst doing that, we've learned that there's a lot of surplus out there. So we partnered with another local food pantry, the Bridge at Lee, and Fair Share Manchester, as well as numerous others. And we tap into that bit of food. So we're not like a general supermarket. We can't order stock, but when we get it, come and grab it at a decent cost.
Excellent. What a great concept. Dave, over to you. I understand you run a similar fantastic service over at Higher Folds Community Centre. So Dave, over to you.
Yeah, we do. We're not only a community food pantry, but we're an early years nursery and a later life support project as well. So we whilst we do quite a lot of things that Vicky does, we always struggle to get hold of frozen stuff. Actually, that's a bit of an issue for us, and we have worked together with the Bridge, but we also work with Fair Share and others as well. A bit like Vicky, we beg, steal, and borrow from wherever we can get food to recycle. So our community grocery is a resource for the people on the Higher Folds estate, and we try to sell food back to them where we can, because we need to make the centre sustainable as well. So although our costs are never more than half of what they are in the supermarket, we supplement it by buying stuff from wholesalers as well, just to make sure that we're giving people the opportunity to buy household essentials, really. And we always try and get those at the best possible price and sell them on at the best price. So we feel that we're meeting most of the needs of the Higher Folds estate from our nursery. We're then feeding people and giving them household essentials, and then we look after them as they get older. A very recent development has been the Amazon resale stuff that we're getting through the Brick in Wigan. Don't know if you get this, Vicky. Yeah. But on a weekly basis, we go down and we collect a van load of stuff that we give away to local people. It can vary from pillows, sheets, gardening stuff, stationery, you name it, it's there, and we just give it away to the first come, first serve. I think that's about us. We have a great working relationship with the council, especially around our early years stuff and our food, and we'd like to do more, just to work with people. I've worked with Vicky for 18 months now. We've
indeed, yeah.
Yeah. We were part
You're
of
a great asset to hire folks. You really are. And I love coming down and annoying you when I can.
Yeah. So it's all about us food shops working together as well. So we are part of the Wigan and Lee Food Network, which is at the moment is run by the council.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Dave. Did my camera drop out then? Was there
You
a bit
did,
of a
you went all
panic on my
Unfortunately.
Oh, well, thanks, Dave, for doing that. I don't know what happened then, so I think I lost my internet connection then. So thanks very much for doing that. That's live for you, isn't it? So thanks so much for that. You mentioned, difficulty getting hold of frozen stuff. So do you have the facility there at Higher Folds for being able to, if you did manage to get hold of the frozen stuff for storing that? If you did manage to get...
Yeah, we have 3 freezers. We get quite a bit of stuff from Fairshare, and we are offered stuff by the bridge, which I know Vicky uses as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can't always accommodate all the stuff that's on offer, and I know it goes out of date. So we have to make a bit of a choice sometimes whether we say yes or no to the offer. But I do think, from our point of view, frozen food would be a great advantage because when it comes in, it flies off the shelf.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So thanks so much, Dave, and thanks very much for the sorting out the issue with the internet then and carrying on there on the live. Victoria, can you share a little more about how it works at Use Your Loaf? Who comes through your door? Who do you welcome through your door at the moment?
Of course I can. We welcome absolutely anybody through our door. The only thing we ask you to do is fill out a quick form and pay £2 for your membership, which runs from October to September the following year. And that's just to help us pay the bills. We keep the prices as low as possible. And I can now let everybody know that it's so much easier to shop with us. We do not have a point system anymore. We've gone to pricing. So literally walk through our doors, fill out a form, and you can shop to your heart's content.
Right. How are Fairshare with that idea? Are they okay with that?
They are indeed, David.
Right, I'll be talking to them tomorrow.
Right. They are indeed. It's going to make life so much easier, David.
Right, okay. Can I quote your name, Vicky?
Of course you can.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Right.
So that's excellent, isn't it, Victoria? Because you mentioned, didn't you, that you'd moved away from the point system. So you might want to tell people about that. So you were previously on the point system, weren't you? You've moved away from that, and you're now on that. So just want to talk a little bit about that.
Of course. So our major supplier, both us and David, Fairshare, wanted us to not price items. So we went about it in a different way, and we came up with a point system. But it was so confusing for people walking through the door to try and explain it to them that 12 weeks later, you're still shouting back at them what each point meant. So after a lot of conversation to and fro, it has now been confirmed that we can actually just price things up, which takes off another layer of confusion and makes your shop even easier.
So that's just a bit more similar to being in a shop, isn't it? So when you go in a shop, it's just being in a shop, isn't it, and knowing how much things cost. Yeah.
And again, like a shop, we just ask you to bring your own carrier bags. We can help you if you've not, but they're not very good. We don't want to purchase carrier bags and then for them going to end up in landfill. The whole aim of the organisation is to make sure that edible food does not reach landfill and we're putting food in bellies. So we don't want to create any more. And again, like David with the brick, we're now able to tap into even more that has become surplus food through the network that we can give away to our members.
Mm.
So everything's looking a little bit easier and a little bit more fun come summer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so definite message there for bring your own bags, isn't there? Sorry, Dave. Yeah, go on, Dave.
No, it's okay. What we found as a further development is that we are giving people fuel advice as well, and we work with an organisation called Fuel Poverty, which is it's gone a bit quiet now because everyone's a bit warmer and lighter, whereas we're trying to push out the message now. So come September, October, it's not a big shock for everyone around price increases and such things. So I think from all our point of view in the food network, it's about giving everyone a better chance of addressing the cost of living crisis. I think really.
Yeah.
You can spot the families that are hungry because the kids come into nursery in the morning and they eat the place because they're that hungry. They just want something to eat. So, we're working with families and everyone just to make life easier, I think, and that's our whole aim in life.
Yeah, well, that leads me on nicely, Dave. Really, to talking now about the rising cost of living. So it leads on nicely to my next question, really, there, Dave. How has this impacted who you are seeing coming through your doors? So I'll pass that over to you, Dave, while you've raised that nicely onto the next question.
Yeah. Our numbers are increasing for sure. Probably when we opened in 2019, we had about 20 people came in. Now we've just passed the 200.
Wow.
We don't have a membership scheme because we found it was absolutely chaos. People lost the cards, lost the numbers, and it was just getting out of hand. So we decided to scrap our membership scheme, and now I'm going to scrap our point system. So progress.
Excellent.
But the membership scheme's great, and I think it's important. It just wasn't working for us. So, but numbers are on the increase. We know that when our delivery arrives on a Wednesday lunchtime, that there'll be a queue outside. We get a delivery of pies every evening, pies and bread and cakes and things, and there's always a queue there. So we know that and that queue's getting longer. Yeah. So that's how things are, I think.
Yeah. And are you seeing more and more people needing money advice? Are you referring people in? Are people wanting that conversation about income maximisation? Are people wanting just to come through the doors and getting that food? Are you seeing that people are needing that signposting into help and support?
Yeah. We had a bit of a partnership about 3 months ago now with an organisation called the Householder Club, who were basically they were doing a survey of everyone's expenses, how much they were paying for certain things, and they were giving them a £10 voucher for the privilege. But I know certainly from my staff's point of view, they've made savings on things like insurance and heating and a few other household bills. So we suspect there's perhaps a bit more mileage in that exercise that will become apparent in autumn, I think.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. What about you, Victoria? Same question to you. How has it impacted who you were seeing coming through your doors?
I think the first change we noticed were the families that were two working parents that couldn't get the added benefits, that didn't get the added cost of living payments. Those are the ones that needed us most, but the other ones still needed them. So I think we've almost doubled membership in the last 12 months, which it's good in a way, but then we're all struggling. Hence why anybody come and see us. We'll do, both us and David, the same. We'll do anything to help anybody. If it's advice you need, if it's anything. Just, I think sometimes the community would rather come and speak to someone like myself or David that they see as I'd say, normal or a resident rather than approach the council. But then we can help them with that. We can let them understand that the council are not bad guys. They're really there to help us. And these are the points that you need to contact them. But yes, we're here to do it with you.
Yeah.
Well, you're trusted, aren't you? They trust you. Yeah.
What's been a massive bonus are the food vouchers, the £10 vouchers. I mean, they've certainly helped our sales increase, but they've also helped a lot of families out.
Yeah. So that's through the household support fund.
That's
Yeah, which we can share. So obviously the household support fund for people watching is for people, for anybody, who's struggling, don't need to be on a means tested benefit. You can apply for that either online or you can telephone us on 705-221. Got the number right there, testing myself there, so if you're struggling, you can ring us up or you can apply online, and that's help with energy vouchers or as we've just said, the food pantry vouchers. We have a cash first approach, and you've got those food pantry vouchers where you can go to Dave or Victoria. I think you're on it as well, aren't you, Victoria? You're
indeed,
on, and they'll give you, that £10 voucher that you can go and spend at the food pantries. And it gives you, if there's a membership, then you can apply for the membership, and you can apply for that, £10 food shop, can't you? So just for more information, that's go on. Sorry, Victoria.
Just for those that think £10 isn't a lot, believe it or not, when you come to shop with us, you're going to go away with several carrier bags of food items, and then the freebies on top.
Yeah,
it's well worth applying.
Yeah.
But please bring your own carrier bags.
Yeah, please bring your own carrier bags.
Yeah. But for more information on that household support fund, because I know I've just said it really, really quickly, there is more information online. I'll get Kazia to put some information on the Facebook for you. So more information is available on the household support fund, on how you can apply. So we'll put that in the information. Oh, Kazia's already done it. How efficient is that? So if you want more information on how you can apply for that household support fund, please, Kazia's put that information on for you, because I know I just did it really, really briefly then. So please don't struggle. Please have a look at that information and apply, and you get to go and see Victoria and Dave. That even better bonus. Yeah, and don't forget those carrier bags. So excellent. Did you want to add anything there to Dave or Victoria on that? No? Are we okay with that?
In any part, guys, if you're not sure, if you've just got a question, I'm sure me and David have got plenty of experience. And if we don't know the right person, we'll know someone that will. Yeah. So please just call down and see us for anything that you need.
Yeah. We're here to be used, aren't we? We're your arm's length, aren't we, really? Without the lanyard. That's that's the only difference, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're the advice in the community, aren't you? Yeah, definitely. Well, I think you're doing a fantastic job, and I want to come out and see what you're up to as well. So I think I'll come out and see what's going on there.
Please do.
I will, definitely. I want to come and see what's going on. Yeah, thank you. So final question before we go out to submitted questions, because I'm sure, there'll be some questions coming in. Where can people find you? So Victoria, where are you? Tell us where you are.
So we're on Market Street. We're next door but 1 to Quality Save. So we're located smack bang in the middle, and there's a massive free car park behind us. We're open Monday to Friday, 9:30 till 2:30.
Excellent. And I'm sure there's a big, massive warm welcome from the team when they come and see you. Excellent.
Always a smile and a happy person at the end.
Excellent. And Dave, where are you?
We're on the Higher Folds estate in Lee. It's about 2 miles from the town centre. We're at the end of the estate, so you have to drive through. It's not right in the middle like the Morrison's shop is. It's very expensive. So we're at the end of the estate where the nursery is, community centre, and the playing fields are. So everyone's welcome, and we're open every day apart from Tuesday and Sunday, from sort of 1 till 6.
Excellent. So I think we'll have a look what questions we've got so far. So I think I've got so far, what would you say to someone who isn't very confident trying different meals? Do you have any top tips for how to build your confidence in the kitchen for anybody, especially when someone might be cooking on a budget, say? Testing you now.
You are.
You are. You really are. What I can say for myself, we intercept some fairly different food. You know, we're always trying to get people to explore new tastes, new everything. But what we are going to be doing is, come later on in the summer, we're going to be offering a few free cookery classes. So for those that don't know how to cook a bog standard, come and see us and we're going to teach you. But for those that don't want to do it, why not give us a suggestion for what we should make a new ready meal into? Because we're making it home cooked and all you have to do is microwave it. So let's work together.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. I could probably do with some of those lessons myself.
I've cheated. I've got a few different. So we've got an Asian lady that's going to come and teach me as well, because I don't know that. And then we've got a lovely lady from the Snook called Rachel. She's going to be coming teaching us some vegan meals. Because again, I'm not sure on that. So we're all going to learn together, and hopefully that will help us to create more ready meals for the people that want them, that are either time consumed or they're being very conscious about energy consumption, because we can make you that meal and then you just have to microwave it. So when you look at the energy consumption, it's a lot less. They're going to be saving so much money. But we want your ideas. We don't want to make the same thing all the time. So by incorporating free cookery classes now, we're going to be able to broaden it out so much more.
Excellent. That sounds brilliant. Excellent. Dave, have you got anything, or are we leaving Victoria on that one?
Well, you are way in advance of us, because we did try. We used Shirley from Fairclamp to come down and do some cookery lessons. That was in her early days, I think, of building Fairclamp up. Anyway, that sort of worked, but we found a good way forward is to invite our teenagers in to cook, because quite a lot of the parents weren't too keen on coming down, because I think they thought they might have failed or something, not being able to cook. So we trained our teenagers who came to our youth group, just letting them make pizzas and spaghetti bolognese and chili and that sort of stuff. It's weird, because one or two of them have gone home that they are children of our staff, and the staff have come in saying, "Wow, it was amazing! I had my tea cooked for me last night." So I think it's just finding the approach that works for you in your area. So that's our way forward so far.
Excellent. I think we've got another one, but I think you may have covered this already, but we'll just in case there's anything we can add to it. Time can be a real pressure for people, as we know. Everyone's got really busy lives these days, so it can feel quicker and easier to get a takeaway, which can be really expensive, or a ready meal, but we know that's more expensive and less healthy. Do you have any advice for people trying to find the time in the week to cook fresh meals? Any advice,
David?
Well, you're really catching us out here, aren't you?
It's not me. It's not me asking the questions.
I saw something come up there before about BBC Good Food. Now, it's an amazing source of inspiration, I think, because you don't have to be cooking a fabulous Chinese meal or Indian meal with lots of ingredients. There's lots of fairly simple meals. And I always say in the end, look, if you're really struggling, there's nothing wrong with having egg and chips or something. It's about giving
some of the classics are the best.
It's what?
Some of the classics are the best, aren't they?
Of course they are, yeah. So don't feel overwhelmed by having to cook something elaborate. Sometimes the simple dish just works. Learn how to do an omelette. It's yeah.
Yeah.
I think to add to that, Joe, I'd say batch cooking.
Yeah.
So I struggled going back into full-time work with having, he was a toddler back then, and finding the time to cook all these meals every day. So just having a few extra in the freezer really came in useful. So over a weekend, when you've got a little bit more time, just make an extra 1 or 2 portions, freeze it, and it's ready to go. You might have to add spaghetti or, a salad to something. But I think the slow cooker idea at the moment is by far my favourite. To be able to put something in the morning, you're out all day, come tea time, it's ready and it's raring to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of tips in there and advice out there they've got slow cooker recipes, aren't they, and air fryer recipes now and everything, aren't they, out there for support you, aren't they? There's lots of tips in there. Yeah, great stuff. Right, I think there's one for me as well. What's help and support available now that the government's energy grant's gone? Well, there's lots of help and support out there. There's lots of website available out there, on money advice. I suppose the best tip I could give you is to ask for help earlier, if you're struggling. Make sure that you're getting all the help and support and the income that you're entitled to. Ask for it as early as possible. Don't struggle. Don't wait to ask for help. The more, the longer you wait, the harder it is sometimes. It is, so the longer you wait, when you start finding yourself getting into debt, the harder it is to get out of it. So don't, I suppose that the old adage that, don't bury your head in the sand, ask for that help, when you need it. There's, our own welfare support and debt advice is available. So our friendly staff are on hand to support you without judgment or at this difficult time. We've got a range of advice and support available. So if you need that help, ring us on 705 221. We can give you that help and advice. If you're on a low income, we might be able to have a look and maximize your income. You might be missing out on something. So it could be that you're on low income and there might be some benefits that you're missing out on. If you're struggling with your rent, you might be getting some help through universal credit or housing benefits and you're struggling to meet your full rent. It could be that you're entitled to a discretionary housing payment. Again, give us a call. It could be that you're missing out on something. We have already mentioned the Household Support Fund. Again, you don't need to be on a means tested benefit to apply for that. You do not need to be on benefit to get help with the Household Support Fund. That's grant funding that we receive from the government, and we've got that for the next 12 months. And that can help you with things like cash payments to help towards your energy. It can be help towards food and other help. So please give us a call or apply online. So we've got our Here For You campaign. There's loads of information online. I know I'm bombarding you there. So please follow the links that Kazi has put in. And there's a wealth of information that you can tap into for further help and support. So please take some time and have a look at it. So there's lots of information that you can tap into to see if there's more help and support that could be available to you. But the best advice I could give to you is don't wait. If you're struggling, please give us a call or go along, if you go into one of these, to your food pantries, speak to somebody there and they can refer you in. They can give you a number and they can refer you in to us. So sometimes if you don't want to speak to us straight away, then speak to somebody that you trust, somewhere that you can go and they can refer you into us and we can help and support you. So speak to someone you trust and they can refer you into us.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't know whether Dave and Victoria, do you want to add anything to that or? Yeah.
I think the only thing I would be thinking of is look at your own energy supplier I think you'll find a lot now have a funding part of their organisation to help those in need. And like Joe says, don't leave it too long. You know, don't try and ignore it. Just ask. All you can do is ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those in higher folds, we tend to put stuff on our Facebook page if something crops up about energy advice or food advice or any cost of living advice. We tend to put that straight away on our Facebook page. So if you're able to follow us on Facebook, absolutely great. That's great.
Excellent. I think we've got one more question, but I think we may have covered this, but I'll just put it just in case we've missed anything. I think it's one for you guys. I'd like to learn to cook, but not sure I have the knowledge, but I think you've covered that because you've got some lessons coming up. Any tips to make the most of my shop? Yeah, so I mean, I don't know whether you may have covered it, but just if you've got any further tips on that.
I think for us guys, we tend to shop in our own shop. So if you're not sure of something or you want a few ideas, just ask myself, one of the staff, or the many volunteers that we have coming helping us weekly, because we've all tried it. We've all come up with our own little version of something. And if not, we'll probably try it for you and then give you the answer of it.
Yeah. From our point of view, we tend to put stuff on our Facebook and Instagram pages, any food that comes in that we think is going to be attractive and is a bit outside the normal. That's what we do. And certainly on a Wednesday and a Friday lunchtime when we get our new deliveries. So I think that's the best way to make use of our shop.
Brilliant. Well, Victoria, Dave, you've been absolutely fantastic. I think you've been brilliant with everything you've given. I think your community's really lucky to have you. I think everything that you do is brilliant. I can't wait to come and see you myself to see all the brilliant work that you're doing. And I want to thank you for your time this evening, for coming to talk to me and to do this with us this evening. And I think we've had all the questions. I think we've exhausted the Facebook questions. So we're all done for this evening. I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us and giving us the chance to have our say.
That's it.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Speak soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.